just wanted to thank everybody for giving us a few minutes of your time. I'll leave you with this, that I went through this yesterday. There's some really good enhancements to their platform, and I'm very excited to share this with you guys, and hope that you'll be able to use this and hopefully create more business for yourself. So Darren, take it away.
Fantastic. Okay. Thanks again, Chris. And as I mentioned earlier, again, my name is Darren Burton. I am the Strategic Accounts Manager over here at List Reports. Sophie Lee, my colleague here, she is the customer service guru, nurse, all the above. She's a fantastic individual on top of all that, but she's here with us today as well to speak to you guys with some of the marketing material that we have available for you and help me answer questions you guys might have as well. So Sophie, I'm going to let you go ahead and take it from here.
Great. Thanks so much, Darren. Thanks for the great introduction. I'm going to be spending about 10-15 minutes just going over kind of marketing kits, what pieces are in there, why it's different to maybe what you've seen before. And then I believe Darren's going to kind of take it from there. So I'm going to do a brief overview of the platform. And I'm going to go ahead and just mute everyone so you can all hear me okay. But let's go ahead and jump right in. Okay, so I have us pulled up over here on the Marketing Kits tab. This is probably where most of you are going to get started. This is why most people join List Reports first of all, is for the marketing and the flyers and things like that. But I do want to say two things. The first thing is that we do have something on our system called Autopilot. And what Autopilot does is it recognizes when you have a listing that hits the MLS, and it automatically creates a 25-piece marketing kit for you without you having to go in and do anything or touch any buttons, which is really cool. So in theory, you know, you upload a listing to the MLS and within a few kind of minutes to hours, you should have a full 25-piece marketing kit that you didn't do anything to get, which is great. Now, on the flip side of that, though, you know, if you don't do that many listings, or you're primarily a buyer's agent or something like that, you can actually still come in here and request a full marketing kit for any listing in the US just by clicking on this red button right here at the top. And just know this will have all of your contact information. You will be the agent that is branded on that material, which is really handy, really, really nice. If you have any questions as we're going through this, by the way, feel free to chat them in the chat bubble. I know that Darren will probably hop on there and help answer some if you have them.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, so just to kind of show you how easy it is, if I go ahead and click on New Marketing Kit here, you'll see that it's a pretty much straightforward form. You'll just put in the property address right here, click on it. If it's an active listing, we will do all of the work for you. We'll pull all of the property details, all of the photos. All you need to do is scroll down and hit submit, and that 25-piece kit will come back within the hour. So usually it only takes about 15 minutes, but it's really speedy delivery on that. Now, just so you know, even if this listing right here is not active on the MLS, you can still request this through us. So we can still build it for you. So for example, if it's a pre-listing, you're going to a pre-listing presentation, or it's a FSBO or something like that, you can actually just change the listing scenario from active to whatever the situation is, and we can still build it for you. So just know that's a possibility. Lots of agents use it, you know, pre-MLS and all of that. So just know that's an opportunity for you as well. So in terms of the actual assets themselves, I'm going to pull up one of my favorite marketing kits of mine, and that's this one in Cape Coral, Florida. This is one that I just made for fun. And as you can see, if I go in here, you'll see that pretty much I have everything I could possibly need to market this home. So I've got the most popular pieces of material at the top, which is the stuff that agents tend to share the most. Then below that, we've got active listing, which shows everything you could need to market an active listing, which is really nice. And then at the bottom, we've got listing presentations, buyer reports, and sign riders and postcards. Now, in case some of you guys didn't know as agents, List Reports is 100% free for you. So it's not going to cost you anything to, you know, use this platform to pair with your loan officer or any of that stuff. You'll see there's actually a handy little download button here. So you can download all of these materials. You know, you can print them off yourself. You can take it to a print shop, however you want to do it. Or, you know, you can share things digitally as well with these little share buttons over here. Now, if you do want to purchase sign writers or postcards or anything through us, you can with this little button right here, the order button. But I do like to say, you know, obviously you can download this yourself and print them off however you want. All right, so I'm going to pull up kind of one of the most exciting pieces of material in my opinion, and that is the property website. Now the property website is great for sharing on Facebook. It's really great for when you've kind of, you know, got that listing and you want to get the information out there. So as you can see, this kind of gives all of that information that a buyer would want to know about the home. You've got the photo gallery, meet your agent, all kinds of fun things over here. But the key thing I like to talk about is actually this Explore the Area tab. And Explore the Area is going to bring up our infographics. And in case you haven't seen these before, they're really eye-catching infographics that pretty much just break down the neighborhood for the consumer. So, you know, up first, we've got the area report, which is going to show the different amenities and their distance from the home. Up next, you've got the outdoor report, which shows all the different lakes, hiking trails, dog parks, things like that in the area too, which is great. And then just speeding through these, you've got the food report, which shows different, you know, 4-star and above restaurants within the kind of 5-mile radius of the home. So you've got, you know, price point and cuisine type as well. And then finally, you've got the school report. Now, this one is hugely popular. You've got the schools that are assigned, their ratings, and also their distance from the home. So just so you know, you can edit this. If the schools come back and they're 2s and 3s and you want to remove the ratings, you can do that. Or if you want to swap out the assigned and you want to, you know, feature a particular private school or charter school or something like that, you can do that as well. So just so you guys know, any changes that you need to make to anything in this marketing kit, you're not happy with it, you want to customize it a little bit more, you can actually go ahead and click this red edit button right here. So we make it really easy for you to make quick changes. These happen in under a minute, pretty much. So as you can see, you can go through and change the property description, change the photos, do some virtual staging if you want, you know, anything that you need, you'll come in here and make those edits. All right, so in terms of kind of another key piece of material that I do want to quickly pull up, I won't spend too much time going through this because obviously you could spend all day in this marketing kit, but I do want to pull up the promotional flyer really quickly. And this is what it looks like. As you can see, it looks great. You've got the photos, all the property details, the co-branding for you and your lender if you're paired. And then at the bottom, aka the back of the flyer, you've actually got those neighborhood infographics as well, which gives the consumer some insight into the area, as well as just kind of the home itself, right? So that's a really nice feature. That's one thing that consumers tend to really like about these flyers is that back kind of side of it. So they kind of hang on to those, which is great. Now, the last thing I want to talk about before I pass over to Darren is actually going to be right over here where you see this little cell phone and the arrow, and it says to get listing and finance info about this property, text keys for me to this 800 number right here. And what this is, you know, when you come onto list reports and you pair up with a loan officer, you actually get to create your very own custom text to lead code. And that code is going to go on all of your flyers, postcards, sign writers, and it's going to be able to capture leads for you. Now, this code doesn't ever change, so you can actually use it in theory on every single one of your listings, on every single piece of material. So you don't have to, you know, pay for new sign writers and change them out and all of that. Your sign writers actually become reusable. And I'm going to explain exactly right now how this technology works really quickly. And this will be the last thing I kind of touch on before we hop on over to some of the newer features. So here's what my sign writers look like. Just to give you an idea, a lot of agents will like to put their name in it up here, you know, Sally Sells or John Holmes or something like that. And as I said, it's going to be reusable and it will stay the same. So let's say I have a listing at 123 Main Street and I put my sign writer up out front and I have a potential buyer drive past that home and they pull out their phone and they text keys for me to this 800 number right here. What's going to happen is List Reports is actually going to geolocate that buyer through their cell phone. We're going to know where they are, and we're going to return to them the corresponding property website according to their location. And we will also capture their phone number through that for you as well and send it straight over to you. So it's really nice on the consumer side, getting this property website delivered right to the palm of their hand. And also just really nice for you guys getting, real-time updates on leads. Now, on the flip side of this, though, you might be thinking to yourself, what if someone takes a picture of the sign rider and then they drive away, or they see it somewhere else and they're sitting at home? How do you know which property they're interested in, right? Well, if anyone texts your personal text to lead code and they're not by any of your listings, we'll go ahead and we'll actually just send them a list of all of your active list reports, marketing kits, all your active listings, and then they'll go in, they can click on the one that they're interested in. So they'll still land on this property website and you will still capture their phone number. So it's pretty much a foolproof way to just get them the information they need, with all of your contact info on here as well. And then of course you get that phone number as well. So really the whole goal of this is you just want to be papering the town with your text to lead code, right? To try and drive people to your listings, to try and get some leads that convert. So this is a really great tool if you're looking to, set this up, which I highly recommend. If you're paired with your loan officer, you've got your list reports account all set up, you should definitely go ahead and set up your code. That should be probably one of the first things you do after this training. And what you'll want to do is just go over to your settings tab over here on the left. And then you'll see that you've got a little marketing kit settings button right here, and you can just set up this code. And just so you know, it's personal to the agent. So if another agent already has that code, it won't let you save it. So just try and get a little bit creative, put your initials or your name or something like that, whatever you want. But yeah, so in a nutshell, that's kind of some of the key pieces of the marketing kit and how they work. Obviously, there's a ton that I didn't touch on in this little kind of 10-minute section. But if you scroll down, there's a ton of things you could, when you made that sale, there's a just sold property website, which is actually really cool, which I'll actually just pull up as kind of a parting note to leave you guys with. We do actually provide you with this lovely just sold property website, so that once you've made that sale, you can brag a little bit, you can share this on social media. You got this confetti and then a little just sold sign right here as well, which is really nice. All right, so with that, I'm going to stop sharing my screen for a second. I'm happy to take questions if anyone has them right now. But other than that, Darren, if you want to, you can take it away if you want to do that.
Yeah, fantastic. Does anyone have any questions at all?
Yes, I have one question.
Yes.
Yeah.
When you do the text code and you're tied to a lender, does it show the person at the property all the properties that that lender has as well, or just that you have, or that you have as only with that lender together?
It's just going to be you. So if you've set up your personal code in your account, anytime someone texts your code, they'll only see your listing. So they won't see any other of your lender's paired agents listings, if that makes sense. So it'll just say yours. Yeah.
Yes, makes sense. Yep. What if the lender set up the code?
If Darren, you might be better equipped to answer this one actually. If you use the lender's code, it shows everything, right?
Yes, if the lender has a code of their own, it'll show every agent that they're paired with. So you're going to want to go in and create your own.
Yeah.
Thank you. Great. That's perfect.
Yeah. Cool.
Absolutely. And just so you guys know too, another creative way you can use that code, because again, remember, it's tied to all your active listings. There are agents out there that will use that on their business cards. They'll put it in their signature on the email. They'll even just make a general post on their social media, to see all my active listings, text this code. So it becomes a very user-friendly way for you to really market yourself. And just so you guys know too, it literally does belong to you. So there are no duplications on the text to lead codes when you create your reusable short code. It does need to be 10 characters or less, but with 10 characters, there's quite a few different ways you can arrange your code. So great question, Deborah. Thank you. Any other questions on either the marketing material or the text lead codes or anything of that sort? Okay, doesn't look like it. If you guys do think of something, feel free to put something in the chat. And then also too, just so you guys know, as far as cost is concerned, the sign writers, again, you saw the order tabs on the side for the marketing kits and everything else. Now, obviously that's optional. You don't have to use our third-party vendor, obviously. Our third-party vendor that we use for the sign writers, just so you guys know price-wise, it is, my screen's a little slow here. It's, you can buy 10 for $100 or 4 for $60. And again, remember, because they are reusable, you can actually use those same ones over and over again. So after you sell one of your homes, you pull up that sign writer and plop it onto the next one and just move forward. Okay. All right. So I'm going to start sharing with you guys some of the newer features. Sophie, thank you so much for your presentation. She's going to be leaving us here shortly, so I apologize in advance. You guys are stuck with me for the rest of the call.
Great. Thanks so much, Darren.
I can listen to her talk all day long with her accent and her just very delightful voice. So now you guys are stuck with me.
Thank you.
All right, so list reports, just so you guys know, if you haven't been using it already, the main reason our CEO even started the list reports company is because he wanted to find a way to make buying and selling of homes not just an easy process for the consumer, but really make it an easy process for you guys. The communication, the relationships with you and your lenders that you work with, and ultimately down the line, we hope to be able to create something universal to where it's going to be a streamlined process from start to finish all the way through. And of course, for you guys, we want to make your lives easier, right? That's why we have the automation for the marketing. So again, as Sophie had mentioned, when you guys have a new listing, we will create the 25-piece marketing kit for you within that 24-hour period. It's usually within an hour or so of that listing in the MLS. But just to set expectations, expect to have it within 24 hours. And then, of course, you have access to all the marketing materials in your emails as well. And I'll show you what that looks like in a second, but just to let you guys know, we extended our product into the email as well. So this way, if let's say you're out and about on the town and you want to access your marketing materials, you can, okay? So, the email itself is something that what we've done is, again, like I mentioned, we've made it part of our product. So every single day you get from us our daily email, okay? And in here, obviously, you have information that's relevant for your market area. You have access to your marketing kits themselves. You even have access to our social media shareables, which I'm going to show you what those are in a second, and our newest feature here, list packs, which is a phenomenal way for you guys to share active listings with potential buyers and new leads. So everything you need is going to be right there for you in your email daily. So when you see your email from List Reports, don't think it's just another, junk email or spam email or something that's not really usable, because you can, again, as I mentioned, because it's in your email and it's a web-based platform, all those materials you can access from your cell phone as well. And if you don't remember what your login is to your List Reports account, not to worry, you can access it right there from your email as well. All right, so just wanted to point that out. Now, social media shareables is something that's been really a huge hit for agents across the United States. We started presenting this back in November to the realtors, and we actually just released it just most recently for loan officers as well. But the reason why shareables work so well is because, again, it's a great way for you as an agent to really market yourself and get your information out there on social media, whether it's Instagram or Facebook, because today most buyers and even sellers are finding real estate agents on their Instagram accounts or their Facebook accounts, and just from happening to see, whatever your sphere of influence is, and their extended sphere of influence is how they might even find you. So, but we also want to make sure that you can do this in a way that's really simple. So to show you how we do this, when you go into your account, you notice on the left side of your navigation bar, there's a section here called Shareables. So you simply click on the Shareables tab right here, and this will take you to the social media Shareables section. And each day when you go into your account, what you can use, you can select one of the shareables that you think is appropriate that you might want to share for that specific day. What makes it really easy is there's really nothing that you have to do to create, or you don't even have to think about what to say. We have all the information there for you, so you can literally go in here and you can actually copy the caption, and then you can click on share on Facebook, and then you simply just paste it to say something about this, and you're done. You just post it to your page. Now, one thing I want to point out too is we have the different branding information here as well, all the different colors, different brokerages as well that you can set on there. And when you select one of these here, it puts the branding around the edge of the shareable. You can even add a little tagline here if you want. You know, I've got this like buy with Billy. And of course, it puts your information on here along with your logo, and then you can post it onto your page, right? So very, very simple. Obviously, the download, this is going to be for Instagram because Instagram is a little bit more technical, or I should say less convenient. You do need to upload the image, so you can just download it to your desktop and then upload it to your account. Or for LinkedIn, you can just simply copy the link, and then you can just post it to your LinkedIn account, and it will upload all the images from there. Now, one thing that we just did, and this is based off of just feedback from realtors across the United States, is we wanted to give you guys something a little extra, because obviously with everybody having a free account and it not costing anything, there's not a lot of autonomous, right? So we want to make it more personable for you guys as well. So we did come up with exclusive shareables. Now, this is a premium to the account. It is $20 per month, I believe is what it is, if you choose to do this, but it will allow you to actually add some more of your personal touch to these shareables as well, and also give you some exclusive shareables. So instead of just receiving these 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, this will open up Saturday and Sunday as well, so you get 2 extra days of shareables that you can select to choose from. Also, these won't expire. So without a premium account, after 1 week, the ones previous will expire, so you won't have access to them again unless you've downloaded them to your desktop. So this will make these available to you indefinitely, so you can choose whenever you want to post any of these specific shareables. You also would now have the ability to do, we have these fun fact shareables you can select to do, which is another way just to post some fun information onto your social media accounts. So for instance, we have, after you select a city you want to promote, let's see, I'll just do my area here in California. You can pick a fun fact that you want to post for that day. I'm going to say playful sports mugs, for example, and choose my branding. And what this is doing is pulling in the average or the median price for that specific area. And it's just a little fun fact that shows the consumer, you know, how many, in this instance, playful sports mugs they can purchase with that price, right? Now, what's different about these particular premium shareables is also going to have a CTA for the consumer to give you a lead capture. So the normal shareables don't have an area where consumers can actually put their information in here and then submit it to you so you have a lead. Whereas the premium shareables, the fun facts, the exclusive shareables, all will have this on there as well. So again, this is giving you some additional identity that you can put on there and make it more personal for yourself. You know, I recommend just checking it out. I mean, for a short, you know, small $20 a month, this is a great way to add some personal touch to your social media pages. And of course, you can even do your own complete shareable that you want to do with the background, text, branding, everything on here as well. So definitely give you some additional autonomy on these. Are there any questions before I move on to the next feature? Okay, doesn't look like it. And again, if you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat box. I'll keep looking at that from time to time as well. Now, one of our newest features I want to bring to your attention is list packs. So we're really excited about this. This has been a huge success with regards to the realtors that are starting to use this. And as a matter of fact, we actually just, I'm going to do these little tutorials, so I'm going to take you through the tutorial, did a second iteration of this as well. Now, for those of you that have not seen this, really excited to share this with you. When you are showing your buyers new homes and different areas, or you get a lead from Chris or one of his team members with somebody who's just looking to purchase a house, this is a great way where you can show specific active listings to them in a customizable fashion. You can also do it and use it, and you notice here too, it looks somewhat like when I click on the live list packs, something that we have for your social media shareables as well. Now, what we've done is we've gotten this into 2 separate areas. We have our live list packs, and the live list pack is literally what it sounds like. Every listing in this pack is a live active listing. It's curated based on what you want to share with your potential customers. And each list pack is actually literally centered around a particular home feature or a commonality, like you see here with homes with views, homes with pools, upgraded kitchens, any active listings that have virtual tours tied to them. And then in this live list packs, we also have custom, where you can actually customize it specifically to one of your clients. So if you have a client that you are working with that you just want to show them a specific group of homes based on their preferences, you can do that as well. As you can see here, you can customize it by price range, the bedroom count, square footage, and everything else as well. Now, to show you what these look like, I'm going to start off with one of these suggested ones. We call these our little grab and go ones. So the first I'm going to select is going to be homes with views. But what I want to show you is you can do any specific market area that you have. When you set up your account, you will always have a market area that you frequent or that you target, but you can also manage this as well. You can add any market area that you want to just simply by clicking on manage, and then you can just add new market areas right here. Okay. Now, once you've done this, go back into the live list packs, and you're ready to share this on social media. So I'm going to do homes with views. I've got my selected target area that I'm going to post that day. It's showing me it has 73 active listings, and this is important for you guys to know. Again, this is a live list pack, so these are evergreen. This will update daily. So right now, today, there's 73 active listings with homes in the view in San Clemente. Now, you can share this on Facebook, and when you do, it's a nice presentable image that will go onto your Facebook page. I'm going to copy this link and show you what this looks like. So when a consumer sees it, they'll be enticed to click on it, open it, and see those specific homes that you're posting on your Facebook page with homes with views. So it presents a different way for consumers to go in and look at some active listings, and when they click on here, this is what they're going to see. So now every listing in here will have a view, and when the consumer clicks on this specific listing, you'll see here that it's going to have your information up here on the top of the page. So they're going to see you first all the time. They can scroll down here and they can get the full description of the property. They can also see if there are any open house schedules, or if there's any virtual tours, they'll be tied to this as well. They get the entire property detail information right here. They can open that up and look at that, all the schools information. And then the really exciting part about the list packs is the infographics that we have on here as well. As you may recall from the marketing that Sophie was showing you earlier, we've actually made this interactive. So we have this flashing circle here as a call to action for the consumer to click on there, and then they can look at the different amenities that are around that specific listing and get a virtual presentation of the proximity of these to that listing as well. So now it's another engaging way for the consumers to look at the different listings and the neighborhood attributes. They can then simply click close out of here and continue to look at this particular listing. We have a payment calculator on here, and of course we have your information on the bottom along with your co-branded officer. And then from here, the consumer can choose just to click next and just kind of scroll through all the active listings this way. They can go back and they can get a bird's eye view of all of them from here as well and kind of scroll through them. So as you can see, this is just an easy and delightful way for consumers to kind of look at the active listings. Now, going back to the customizations and where this comes into play for you guys too, which is really nice, is when you're showing specific listings for your customers, we now have a complete property search part of our list packs also. So again, going back to, let's say you're working with a new client, just, you're talking to you for the first time, you've done your initial talk with them and you find out what the type of home they're looking for. Again, you can sort this by the price point, the bedroom count, bathroom count, the type of home, and then of course, whichever specific areas you're looking at. And then of course, you can select either all the properties in there or just a select few of them that you know is appropriate for that particular client. And then you can click send for homes. You can name your list pack. You can just say Chris's, first look, whatever you want to call it. You click create list pack, and now you've created a list pack for your specific client, and they can just look at these homes. Now, the difference on a property search and the live list packs is these aren't going to update. These are literally just going to be there the whole time, right? And here we go. And then your client will be to look at those specific listings that you choose for them to take a look at, whether it's just your active listings, a group of active listings, whatever the case might be. This is, again, a great way for you to share with your sphere of influence on social media or specific targeted clients, okay? Any questions about the list packs feature? Doesn't look like it. Will you get notified if someone views your list packs on social media? Yes, you will. So each time somebody accesses your list packs, you'll be notified by us, and we'll also be in your activity feed. So you can actually go into here, you can click in here and see who's been going into your list packs or who you've sent it to. But yes, we'll send you an email and letting you know that, such and such has access and taken a look at your list pack. Great question. Any other questions about that?
Is there any way to tie it into our current CRM so a lead would go right into our CRM?
Currently, we do not have like a Zapier or something like that, but what you can do is all your leads will come into here under My Leads. And after you get your leads, what you can do is when you go to your resources section right here, or I'm sorry, where did they put it now? I think it's in settings. Yeah, settings. No, where did they move it to? Because there's a way you can export your leads into your CRM. Where did they move it? Okay, sorry. It's in so you go to your profile and it's under My Data. So right here, you can export your leads into your CRM. And then what you can do too is you can do it so you can do it by calendar date. So if you're just getting leads over the weekend from new listings or a particular week, you can just sort it that way. So to help out a little bit there. Okay.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Any other questions? Okay, well, going to your leads, one thing we do have, another way to kind of keep in touch with your clients as well, is you can actually go into your My Leads section right here. And when you get a new lead, simply click on the view here. You'll notice that we have this separated out, the date that the lead came in, where it came through, right? If you entered it manually, if it came through one of your reusable short codes, and the ones that come across as prospective buyers, just so you guys know, these are individuals that say texted the code. They didn't put their information in the contact page, but we still provide you their cell phone number. So this way, when you go in and you speak with them, you have at least an option to edit their information there as you speak with them on the phone, and then do any appropriate actions from there as well. Okay. And I see there was another question that came in from Ingo. Do I go directly to listreports.com or through LoKation website? Right now, you go directly into your account through your List Reports login, and or you can access it through your email. Okay. Now, some of the leads that you guys get in, what's nice too is another way you can keep in touch with your clients and automate a touch point is by opening up and adding to what we call My List Report. And what My List Report is a way that you can actually on a monthly basis have something sent to your clients that's going to give them information about their home, the estimated value, different CTAs with regards to what they can do if they were to sell their house now, or if it's time for them to refinance, we can give them those information as well. And of course, you'll notice here too, we always have your information right here for them to get in touch with you. If there's anything in here about the estimated equity, we ask them to verify this with you. There's also going to be on here just different CTAs we have in here, how these fees calculated, information they can actually update their own information on their own if they so choose and play with it here. They can also go in here and see if they're interested what type of fun facts they have on their home as well. So this is going to be an automated way for you to stay in touch with your clients through List Reports. And we send this out to them monthly. It's free. There's no cost for this. And of course, these little fun facts are something that most clients like. And they can unsubscribe at any point in time as well, because this is an opt-in feature for them. So when you enter their info into your lead section, they'll be asked if they want to opt in. And of course, whenever they want to stop receiving these, they can always opt out. But for you, what's nice is you're going to be notified every time your client receives it. You'll be notified when they open it. And of course, gives you a chance to reach out to them as well that way. Okay. All right, so the next feature I want to point out to you guys, which is we're really excited about, is our new List Reports Live. So this is something we just launched a little bit over a month ago, and it's the first part of our staging to give you guys access to our digital open house experience that we will be starting here soon. So I'll give you guys a quick input to that here in a second. What List Reports Live is, it is literally what it sounds like. It's a live virtual meeting room that you can use with your clients, and your clients don't have to worry about downloading an app like a Zoom or GoToMeeting or Cisco, whatever the case might be. Where this becomes simply for you is a great way that you can, again, if you have a client, whether they're older or younger, that just don't have time to download anything, they don't have to worry about any updates. You just simply send them the link. When they receive that link, they just click on it, and it's a secured link to your specific virtual room. And all they have to do is just type in their name, hit join, and then they're going to join your room. And then at that point, all you have to do is just click start meeting, and you have a seamless, there we go, stream into your virtual meeting room where you can share your screen, you can discuss any offering presentations you might have, or if you're doing a listing presentation, or if it's just a general conversation you want to have with them. What's nice about this too, there is no time limit. So you don't have to worry about being cut off at 40 minutes. You no longer have to really pay for a Zoom. If you are paying for the extended Zoom, you can do the free version and use this in conjunction with that. So we're giving you new ways to be able to just modify and moderate the way you do business, right? And the reason we wanted to do this is, of course, again, for the next part of our phase, which is going to be our virtual digital open houses that we will be releasing shortly. So when you go in here now, this virtual live room is already available to you. Question, how many can be in the meeting at room time? Right now, it's just limited to 10, so you can have up to 10 people in your meeting room. And this will be opened up unlimited here shortly once we start the digital open house. And the digital open house experience, it will be located in the same area. And the way this will work, and I'll just show you this here in a second because it's not up yet. Give me 1 second. Again, you see it's located in the same area, like I was mentioning, as your List Reports Live. And what you might notice, it looks very similar to the shareables I was showing you guys earlier. Now, what's nice about this and what's going to make it easy is the fact we already know what active listings you have. And again, if you don't have an active listing and you're going to be hosting an open house for one of your colleagues, you can simply, as when Sophie showed you earlier, when you create a new marketing kit from the homepage, you would do it the same way. You just click on New Marketing Kit, type in the address, hit Submit, and then within 15 minutes, it will be located in the drop-down here for you as well. So this way, you can just go in there and just select which report or which property you want to do the digital open house for. And you'll notice here as you go through, after you tell us the date and time of this new presentation, all the captions in here are going to populate for you automatically, because this is going to be something you're going to be able to post and share on your social media page as well. So you can put it on your Facebook page, you can put it on your LinkedIn account. People can go in there and register, and when they do, what's nice is you're not going to have to worry about any of the follow-up or confirmations from that point going forward. We're going to do the confirmation emails to you and the clients. We're going to send them the reminder, and it has a nice little countdown clock reminding them when it's going to start. And then when you are ready to start the meeting, you're simply going to click on that Start Meeting tab that you saw earlier on the List Report Live function. And then this is going to open up your digital open house room. And what we're going to do is we're going to have this set up for you guys in a way that is going to be presentation style. So you don't have to worry about being in the home, walking through the house with your cell phone. You can do it from your office. You can do it from your home. And the presentation will be customizable based on how you want to walk the clients through that digital open house experience. So for example, on this one right here, this is a condo in Long Beach that one of our colleagues had. And what we had here is basically the way we laid this one out is they're going to take them through a quick look and some neighborhood highlights of the property, then go through the home tour, do some FAQs, and then show a home makeover. And then for this particular presentation, and the reason we're doing this, you guys, is for multiple reasons. One, we don't want you guys to have to worry about going to the home and walking through and having, this removes the things that are out of your control, like buffering issues and everything else. It also gives you a way to do the presentation style where you can still kind of talk the people through. It's not going to be distracting with you walking through the home. As you can see here, we're going to include our list pack feature as well, so you can actually give them some brief introduction about the property, talk about the schools. You can even show them virtually the neighborhood with our virtual infographics now as well, right? So you can talk about the schools and show them the proximity of them to the home, the proximity of the house to any other features like the dry cleaners or medical state or whatever the case might be, and talk to them about this, or in this instance, how close the home is to the ocean or where their nearest Starbucks might be, right? But you can make it more personal this way as you speak with them. My kids went to, Jefferson Leadership Academy School down the street, loved it, yada, 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 yada. You guys get the idea. So this is going to, again, make it easy for you guys to continue that conversation as you're doing your presentation, to get them just some brief information about the home itself. And then, of course, from here, you can go into the home tour. Now, at this point in time, what we recommend is to have some sort of a 3D tour experience, like a Matterport or any other 3D. Ours is going to be compatible with all of them. And if you don't have a 3D tour, that's okay. We can still utilize your digital photos from your MLS, so you can still take them through at least the photo part. And again, the main purpose of this is we really recommend not trying to do a open house walking through the home on your cell phone. During our research, we actually viewed a few realtors that were doing that. And again, the experience for the consumer, it's just not delightful. You tend to lose them really quickly. They get frustrated. You get frustrated. So this type of experience is much better if you're doing either a 3D virtual tour like you see here, or by doing a digital slideshow of the photos of the home as well, because this is not where it's going to end. You're going to be able to still take them through the FAQs of the property, keep them engaged, right? So you can decide what FAQs you want to do, whatever you think is appropriate for the specific listing. And then the last part is really where you're going to be able to hit the home run, is with our virtual home makeover. So this part, the AI, is going to be a huge advocate for you guys, even after the pandemic issues are done, right? So even when you can do live open houses again, digital open house experience is still going to be a great part of your arsenal, especially with the virtual makeover. You no longer will have to worry about paying for staging of a home, right? Or physically having furniture put into the home if it's an empty house. With our AI, it will take care of that for you. So the consumer will still be able to get a visualization of what the potential in that new property is going to be when they buy that home. And this is what's going to help you sell it after the fact. So again, if it's an empty house, if it's a house that doesn't have an upgraded kitchen, or has just, whatever the case might be, this is going to be an easier way for you guys to give a much better experience to the consumer. And what's nice about this as well, you guys, is something you can record. So even after your digital open house is done, now remember, you have all the registrants' information will be in your lead section, so you can follow up with them accordingly. You can also post the digital open house to your web page, your YouTube page, your Facebook page, even after the experience is over, so it lives on. And so again, this is something we're really excited about releasing here soon. Should be the next week or two here. The one thing I do want to point out, though, is you do already have access to our partner Pad Styler with the virtual makeover, so you can actually start doing virtual stagings now through them. And of course, there is a fee for them as well, but it's a huge discount because of the relationship you have through List Reports. But I recommend taking a look at this, getting information from them as well. The agents that have started using this over the last month since we released this have really loved this and have gotten some great results from it as well. Okay, so any questions from anybody on either digital open house, or is there anything in the platform itself that you want me to cover again?
I have one more question about, if you're currently tied to a lender, do you go out and create your own account or do you disconnect from them? How do you do that?
So if you're not happy with the lender you're working with, you can switch lenders. You notice on here on the side, it's a section called My Lender. So you can click on Change Lender, and you can just simply type in the lender you want to pair with, and then we can switch it for you there. Or you can even email me. I'll give you guys my information here. To make it easier for you guys, you can just ask me to switch your lender for you, and I can take care of that for you as well. Okay?
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So do I need to create my own individual account?
If you don't already have an account, just simply go to listreports.com and you can go ahead and sign up there. You can also get in touch with Chris. He can have one of his guys send you a link that you can use if you're working with one of his LOs that will directly tie you to that LO and make it more seamless for you too. Okay. Tommy, do you have any questions or anything you want me to address at all? Doesn't look like we have any additional questions. Chris, do you have anything you'd like to say, Chris, or like to add?
Hey, Darren. Sorry, I was muted. I'm actually on my cell phone. I was muted on my cell phone.
Oh, no problem, Tommy.
One thing it looks like you're recording this. Can you just send me the link so we can post it to our videos page?
Absolutely, absolutely. I'll send it out to Chris real quick, and he'll
you.
forward it over to you. You got it, Tommy.
Perfect.
Okay, well, if nobody has any more questions, you guys, I really appreciate you getting on the call today. I know I hope everyone's doing well and staying healthy, and your families are staying safe and everything. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to Chris. If there's any questions he can't answer, he will forward you on to me, or you can just reach out to me directly as well. Again, my name is Darren. Really appreciate you guys' time. Tommy, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule and getting your team on the call.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Darren.
Absolutely. Thanks a lot, everybody. Have a great rest of your day. Chris, thank you again, bud.
Thank you.